Hey guys, welcome to this Age of Empires 4 build order Malian video. What I'm going to show you is a new build order specially designed for the Malian that is absolutely insane. The aim is to go as fast as possible Castle Age and then rush the enemy with so much Darnzels and Javelin Throw that he has no opportunity to react even. So let's get started and I'll show you how it works. First of all, the first thing you're going to do is sending free villager to food and free villager to wood. Then you press on your TC and the first thing you're going to build is a second scout and another villager. So what's your aim in the first minutes of the game? It is to send your scout in the center of the map to get as many sheeps as possible, because we want sheeps. We want to go safely to Castle Age without even needing those deers over there. So the first thing is send the sheeps out and get as many as possible. So this is a 2 versus 2 game. I'm playing with a friend of mine and we're doing this in our 2 versus 2 version style, but you basically also can do it in a 1 versus 1. It also works there, and also in a 4 versus 4 version. So what I'm going to do here right now is rallying more and more villagers. Oh, I forgot. The 9th villager you're going to build has to go to the gold mine and building a new house, as well as a pit mine, as well as a mining camp. And then his goal is to be there and mine all the time the gold. Meanwhile, your scouts are going around, try to get as many sheep as possible. Yes, and building more houses so you get more gold per minute from your pit mine. So, what's going to happen is that I'm now still 3 villagers on foot, rallying every other villager to food and keeping that one villager there on the gold mine. Here's a little nice trick. If you don't know, you can push also the deer to your TC. It needs a lot of APM, but if you're capable of it, you can just pull them there in case of you didn't have enough sheep. Cause the most important thing is that you need wood to build more houses to get more gold per minute. So you don't want to spend your wood on a nearby mill. You have to build here or here. So what I'm going to do here is pushing the deer into my TC so my villagers can kill them and I have more food under my TC. So meanwhile, my friend is doing exactly the same thing. Now I have enough resources to go up, and that's also quite important. We want to go up with normally 2 villagers. So yeah, here are 2 villagers. Maybe I was a bit confused or a bit distracted from the enemy scout because he was running around here, and my other scout, I was just bullying him here a bit. So we want to go up with 2 villager. So it's not that fast, but we don't need to go fast feudal age. We need to go fast castle age because that's our aim. So what we're going to do now is we keep that of 1 villager here, still mining the pit mine. The pit mine is generating gold, and every other villager is going on food, on sheep or on deer, because we need fucking a lot of food. So meanwhile, we gathered enough wood to build a barracks, and what I'm going to do here is building the upgrade to hardened spears, because I want to build donzos. The aim later is to go the Castle Age landmark that produces units with just gold, and to just rally every villager to gold to have enough to constantly producing donzels. And with the sheer mass of them, we're going to kill the enemy team. So meanwhile my scout is running behind the other scout. So what I'm going to do here is still gathering enough gold, gathering enough food. They're a little too much on gold, so I need a lot more time. But well, next action is you put 10 villagers to Farimba garrison to go up as fast as you can. Now, the important thing is you take all other villagers except of 4 and gather gold, because we need a lot of gold. And after that, every other villager should also go to gold and not to food, because 4 is the minimum. We need to constantly produce units. Meanwhile, my scouts are blocking the enemy's walling attempt. It's hill and dale map, so it's quite easy to wall. What I'm going to do is just I place him here and press D. And the first thing I'm going to do is spamming hardened donzels. Meanwhile, the third upgrade for the donzels is coming through, and all my villagers are going to gold, and one villager is building the next gold mine. So we have enough gold to constantly produce that units. So what happens here right now is the veteran donzels are coming. He's not prepared. It's way too early for them, and we are stacking them, harassing them, and gaining map control. Meanwhile, and that's the thing, my mate is doing exactly the same thing, except he's building javelin thrower. Why is he building javelin thrower? So my donzels counter cavalry, and his javelin thrower counter archers. So the first thing the enemy is going to do, if they see your donzels, they're going to build archers, or javelin thrower in that case. So he's going to build javelin thrower to counter that. And in H2, there's nearly no thing that can counter that combination. If the enemy is England and can spam men-at-arms, you just simply have to build Musufadi warriors. And if the enemy is H3 and is building springets, you also have to build a siege workshop and going to build springets. So basically, in a 1 versus 1 game, you have to do that all on your own. In the 2 versus 2, you can split that. For example, here I'm going Musufadi warriors and some donzels, but mainly donzels because the enemy don't have any men-at-arms. And my mate is simply just going springets and veteran javelin thrower. So at this point in the game, you can see we just have so many units, we have so much harassment, and we're just constantly producing enough to have more units than the enemy. Meanwhile, my pit mine get exhausted, so I go to the next one, and yeah, about 20 villagers in gold, yeah, I have 25 now, is absolutely enough to mass build donzels all the time. For the javelin throw, you need a few more, but you can see how it's going. We have so much map control, we have much control over everything, so the enemy has absolutely no chance. And he was greedy, he was going for double TC. That's quite a nice sign for us, because that means he's delaying his units, so we have more time to building ours and going for his castle, because that's a critical point. The longer our Farimba garrison is online and we can produce units, the better. So what we are going to do actually right now with 42 at minute 14, we are simply destroying everything. So we're just going through, destroying the TC. Yeah, the TC needs like 2 volleys to kill a donzer, and my donzels simply can all the time stay there and kill that TC, burn it to ashes. So that's basically it. It also works in a 4 vs 4 as well as in a 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and 1-on-1. You simply have to adapt. Next thing I want to do is going mosque and grabbing all the relics, because that's, you know, we have much map control than our enemy. So get used to it, and yeah, basically that's the point that our enemy is surrendering, because yeah, they have absolutely nothing left. So thank you for watching. I hope I could help you somehow with this little guide.